Right guys, welcome back to another BK Autos video. We are finally back with the Pirelli edition and we're making a start once again. It's been about 9 months since the last video was updated or uploaded, and yeah, the car's still sitting here in pieces. I've just been super busy, but now we're finally getting back onto it. Today's video, we're going to be installing full interior. I'm going to hoover it up. Car was used as storage and stuff, but all the seats and everything we're going to take back out. Got the front two seats in right now. And then yeah, clean the whole bottom end, get the underlay bit, get the carpet back in, start fitting seats, the rear bench, the front two seats back in, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Right, so here's how the interior is looking at the current point. We've got the front two seats installed. We did have the wiring and everything installed yesterday as well, but when we plugged it all in and we tested the heated seats, it was like a burning smell coming through, so we kind of left it at that. So what we're going to do, I'm going to be ripping the front two seats out again, probably the door cards and stuff as well that are really badly damaged, and then underlay, and then the carpet can go back on as well. And then finally we can start building this interior back up to what it needs to be. Headliner and everything like that as well. The Alcantara sunroof shade, that is the only thing in right now, but yeah, we need to get the rest of it all out and then reinstalled. And now Milo's jumping around the car, but yeah, we'll get everything out and then we'll make a start, clear everything out, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll build up back the center console and everything as well. Right, let's get the battery back on. Ignore the coolant leak, and this strut is completely dead. But yeah, let's get this car started up. So inside, underneath lot cleaner, that's the carpet that's going to be going in. I have hoovered it, got the big chunks off, but yeah, we'll do the rest once we're over there. I'll just kick the generator on. So yeah, let's get this car up and running. Still Christmas tree. Okay, so we have jumped ahead a little bit and we've got the underlay carpet piece on. We've got the seat connector holders and the handbrake back in as well. We're a bit 50-50 if we should have put that in first or if we need to do it after. All of that's in, so yeah. The only annoying thing right now is us looking for the bolts, because yeah, I can't remember where half of them are, but a lot of it is connected and that's not going anywhere. Same with that side as well. So yeah, let's get to carpet in now. It has started raining, but it is what it is. I want to get the full interior in today, so we'll crack ahead and we'll get the carpet installed as well. Right, so here we go. Carpet is now fully installed. Got the handbrake and the air duct through as well. Then we're getting the parts ready for fitting the headliner, and then accelerator pedal and stuff, that's all in now as well. So yeah, this I don't know why, but I feel like this is a darker carpet than the one that originally came out, but it's just gonna match a lot better with the headliner as well. So yeah, this is now finally in. Now getting the parts and the little bits for the headliner ready, and then headliner will be installed next. Right, so here we go, part 2 of the interior refit. Back again with the Pirelli. As you can see, front two seats are in. Again, these are going to come out just so we can fit the center console. But as you can see, we managed to get the full headliner installed. We still need to do the back light there, and then the front, like sunroof switches and stuff. But again, like, it's looking so much better. The carpets are in, center console needs to go in, and the rear bench, and then we can start buttoning up the back end as well. So yeah, what I'm actually going to do as well is door cards. I'm going to change all of these over because this one is just junk, and again, this orange stuff is just getting all over the interior and all over my clothes as well. So I need to try and get that changed out. Get the RCD 330 taken out of the Edition 30 and move that into this. So yeah, let's get cracking. So here we go. To get the door skin off, you got a T20 there, a T20 there, and one more just there as well. And then you want to come ahead Then you lift this bit off. You can kind of pry it with a big screwdriver just in here. Take those two off, then you've got another 2 bolts just there. And then hopefully that's everything to kind of get the door card off. Don't believe there's any down this side. Nah. So yeah, I think that's it. And then we can get those 2 out. And then yeah, we can get this door card off and in the bin. Okay, so my bad, there's 3 screws on the bottom that you need to remove. Just 2 there, 1 on the side, and then you can go around and start prying it all out. The only thing that I basically need to keep is this switch, because I've got folding mirrors and heated, and the Pirelli door doesn't come with folding mirrors. So yeah, that's the only switch I need to kind of keep off of this door. Everything else can go, but I need to check if it's got the same speaker setup as well. So I believe there's one there, and it's got the tweeters there. I hope the Pirelli door is the exact same, so we can just switch it all over. But yeah, once you start going around, you can just pry it all off, and then you should just be able to lift this off. Okay, a bit difficult with one hand. Let me just pry it off, and then yeah, I'll just record the next bit. I think it's just caught on this end here. So yeah, there we go. It's one clip holding on for like dear life. So yeah, we've got the door latch, speaker, and then the buttons and stuff for the switches. I'm going to get all of that disconnected, and then we can finally get this door card off. So there we go, one door card fully removed. Got it just chilling here. Yeah, now literally just that switch I need. The rest bin. I need to get it off the Pirelli door as well, and then fit it onto this one. Probably easier just changing the door over, but it is what it is now. And yeah, I would have lost the folding mirrors on these. So yeah. Next step, I might actually just go around and do all of them, because that way I'm just doing a full set at a time instead of doing one by one, and then we can just crack on unraveling the other doors, and then getting that done. I'd say make sure you got a good set of like these plastic like wedges. These clips are really strong, especially like these ones. These ones here as well, they are really strong, so do take quite a bit of force to get out. I'm going to see what I need to replace, and obviously I'll combine the clips that I have from both of them to make sure like this doesn't rattle or anything like that in the future. But yeah, you can see literally made in 04, 05, 03. So yeah, the part numbers are really old on this, even that 05. So yeah, I would love to have upgraded the speaker system in this car, but there's someone who said there's an amplifier that you can get that will basically change the way that the sound is on this car. I'm going to give it a quick clean as well, because the moss is quite disgusting. And yeah, we'll crack on from there. Okay, so that is the new Pirelli door that we've got. That's the old one. I'm going to probably change the trim over, and also you can see this one does have the speaker in it, and for some reason the Pirelli one doesn't. So yeah, I'm going to switch the speakers out as well, give this a little bit of a clean up, switch the folding mirrors as well, and that, yeah, the strip just there and just there. So yeah, once we get that done, put it back on the car, and that'll be job done. Right, so there we go, got everything cleaned up, new button installed. A little bit annoying that that's broken, but it is what it is. Then these two done, that one's all cleaned up. Speakers now been put in the back as well, so that one's ready to go back in the car. And then this installed after. I know the bottom is like really scuffed. I'm going to try and see what I can do with that after, but it's not as bad as what that is. So yeah, obviously installation is the reverse of removal. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on and get this done quick, get this one reinstalled. Brother's cracking on with the headliner because there's some annoying parts that just weren't going in. I don't know if it was because of the material of the Alcantara or it's just not lining up correctly, but it's looking really good. Just need to get the last little bits done and the sun visor on the front installed, and then yeah, that will all be done. Then we can start installing all the trims. I need to now also work out why this side of the boot, like these lights on the left side, don't work. I just have no idea what's causing it, so I'm going to try and just do like electrical contact on these. Go chase the wiring, like that's obviously plugged in, but it just won't work for some reason, so check fuses and stuff like that, and then I'll try and figure it out. Okay, so it doesn't look like much has really gone on, but finally the rear bench is also now in. So the rear back bits are in. These are nice and simple. They slide on to a little pin here, and then they just get bolted into the middle. So yeah, that one's all done. Now we're putting the actual rear 3-seaters here. Now the rest of the headliner was giving us a bit of an issue because we were struggling with this handle right here. It wasn't going through like the bolts. They were the correct ones that we took off, but for some reason they just weren't fitting. So we put some longer bolts in that came off of the Pirelli one, and now, as you can see, full Alcantara headliner is in. The sunshades on the front, they're now in as well. Yeah, driver's side door card, full leather. Passenger side door card is now also full leather, so that's looking really, really good compared to these, which are literally, yeah, these are like literally past their life. Again, there was only one speaker in the front one, so we changed it over to 2. Center console is now also left. I'm putting the cleaner parts together for those, so we can get that in. But now, yeah, these, gonna get rid of all the screws and stuff that's under here, give it one more wipe down, and then get the rear bench in as well. Okay, so look, finally we're now on to installing the RCD 330, taking it out of the Edition 30. It's finally here. I've got all the wiring, so the fuse tap is here. This is the cable that's going to run all the way to the back for the rear reverse camera, so that's the switch. I've got the quad lock connector on for the CAN bus. This steering wheel, I believe, is too old to even work with this, so the volume up and down button doesn't work. But again, this is going to get switched out for the Pirelli wheel anyway, so that's fine. And the clocks and everything, that'll be changed out. But yeah, wiring in here is a lot more simpler than what it was in the Edition 30. It had like a MIB 1, I believe it was. It's a multimedia box that was in there. And then again, there's a couple other bits. But yeah, we've got the antennas. Then we've got the cable running down from the front to the back for the rear USB. So the plug is somewhere here. Okay, so there we go, got the rear USB. Nice and simple. Just means like hidden wires from the top down to the bottom, and that will basically get installed there once we put the center console in. So I'm going to plug that into there, then there's that one done as well. Right, so previous video you saw that we were doing the wiring for the reverse camera into the front of this. So wiring has now all been ran down the boot shuts. It all comes down here and then follows all the way down to the front very nicely. From the back, we've put it all the way up here, held it in there as well. But to fit your rear emblem, so the one with the flip badge, you need to be able to have this, because that's obviously the motor for the camera. You can also fit your wiper after if you want, but you need to cut off this section just here. So that needs to get cut off. I'm going to do that now. I've got a Dremel, but it's a bit of a weaker one than my other one, so I'm going to give it a shot, see what happens. So yeah, let's get to cutting. Right, so there you go. As you can see, this bit here has now been fully cut out. Now that should allow for enough space for the motor for the flip camera, which is under here, just in there. Hopefully I haven't broken it. So that should be enough space for it to go through. I'm gonna kind of clean it up a bit as well, put some paint on there just so it doesn't rust through, and then yeah, we can get to installing all of this wiring, tidying it all up, and then the rest of the interior can be fit back together. All right, there you go. As you can see, emblem is now installed. Looks amazing. I know the clearance is a little bit tight right there. Literally it's just touching, but should be fine. Any issues, I'll just come back and fix that up. Then you get 3 wires coming off of the camera. You get the original plug, so that's obviously your sensor for when you flip the badge, it still opens the boot. That, I believe, is a signal wire for the reverse camera, and then that's another one there. And then you get this blue wire, which is the tap So this blue wire here will tap into, I believe, the negative on this side here, and then you can just neaten up all the cables here, and then it should be all good to go. This one is for the wiper motor, so I'm going to reinstall that now as well. And then this one down here is just for the boot latch, which is just here as well. You don't have to remove this. I had an issue on another car and I just had to use this as a part, but that's fine. I'm going to put that back in now as well. And then you want to route, this is your water cable. So if obviously water will start pooling up there, you just want to have it facing any one of the little holes at the back where it comes out of, which is like right down the center, just here. So actually that's not even a hole. Oh yeah, this one here. So yeah, that one just there. You can have it pointing down this side, just like in there, just like that. And then that way, any water that kind of pulls up there will come down the pipe, and then it will trickle down into the outlet there, and then you won't have any water like pulling up in your boot. Let me just get the other two bits reinstalled, and then we'll move to the unit and carry on the wiring. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention, if you are going to use your rear wiper, then you need to cut off the third tab here, because obviously it will interfere with the motor on the back of the camera. So you need to make like a clean cut all the way through, chop that little bit off, and then you should be able to install this. My other car, the Edition 30, it didn't have it on there. It had a rear wiper delete, so I'm going to cut this off now and then see if it fits. I might just do a rear wiper delete on this anyway, because this bung is fully stuck on there, so I need to make sure I can get that off as well. So yeah, that's how it's looking now. Right, so here we go, back over at the garages now. Camera installed, wiper motor installed, just need to tighten up the two bolts back here. And now I'm going to run all the wiring that I can and then neaten it all up, keep it all under here nice and clean. So yeah, blue wire, I believe it goes onto the brown cable here. I'm going to check the photos of when I took it off the Edition 30. You want to run the cabling all the way down here through the boot to the front, and then obviously down the side pillar all the way until you come to the front here. Then you're going to have two cables and then this cable as well. I bought this kit from rcd330.com. Amazing kit, had all the instructions even online. So yeah, I was able to go back to it and just use all of that. You got wire taps and everything like that. Everything is included. So yeah, this is like one of the best kits to get. I do highly recommend it. And this is not sponsored. This is purchased with my own money. So yeah, run all the cabling. I'll keep it underneath the carpet. Once it's installed, I'll be able to keep all the extras and everything underneath. So yeah, I'm just gonna clip that one in and then we'll carry on. Should be able to get all of this reinstalled today. As you can see, once it's open like that, you can see the two little clips, or yeah, just there. You can see you want to splice that. It's actually the white cable, so literally around the white cable like that. Make sure you're not getting it on the brown. Clip it through and then you just push it down, and then it should all be good. There we go, that one's installed. I'm going to tidy up all the wiring all around here. Just use cable ties or the original like VW clips, you can just slot them in there. And then that is all the wiring done for the rear section. I'm just going to install that as well. Literally this will just slot inside there just like that, and then two bolts either side, torque those up, and then get the connector in the back just up there. So yeah, once that's all done, I'm gonna close this up and then move to the front. Right, so once everything is done at the back, you have your two wires that come to the front. You've got your black and red wire, and then your single black wire here. Now the black wire is the like switch or communication wire for the reverse camera. That needs to run underneath the dash, goes through the back and then up into the back of the head unit. And then the red and black wire is like the power for the main like boot like opening and stuff. So you got the fuse tap that goes up, and I've put it in 19, 18, 16. So it goes in 16 there, and then obviously you want to find a good ground. I'm going to use the one at the back there. It is quite rusty, so I'm going to see what it looks like behind. If not, you can use the bigger one, that's a 13mm. Take that off and then you can put it behind there, and then check if your boot is getting power. And then the other one, you also have, the only other thing that I've got after that is this CAN bus cable. Now what this cable allows is it interferes with your CAN bus, and it's the steering module, I believe, or steering angle sensor that it kind of finds, and then when you turn the wheel you get the guided lines on the RCD330 as well, so that is really cool. But yeah, very minimal wiring for that, and I'll find out where I fuse tap that, and then I use the same ground for this one as well. You don't have to install this if you don't want to. I believe the system will still work without this, so yeah, should be good. But yeah, let me wire this up now and then let's see if it all works. Okay, so I was wrong. You do need the other cable to have all of this working. The signal and everything like that is in these, or I think you can just plug this in and then from there you'll get the signal to the radio. I can hear the motors and everything working, and then this one might just be for the CAN bus, and then that runs this whole system. So I'm going to plug that connector in, and then it just goes on. I need to check, but it's one of the two quad lock connectors at the back. So take the quad lock off like this, push the tabs in at the back, and then you should be able to pry it out like that, just like that, and then you'll be able to see which side it needs to fit onto. So give me 2 seconds, I'll show you. Okay, so here we go. My bad, there was a bit of confusion. You do need this cable, so plug it in there, and then the blue connector goes in to the bottom of the quad lock connector, bottom right hand side to be exact. Then this is only just for demo. Run the wiring again underneath, so you want it going underneath the dash, behind, and then coming all the way through here and then up to here. Now the second fuse tap goes into the top here. Now this is the one that also triggers your boot latch as well, so you need to make sure that this one is in, otherwise your boot latch function is disabled. So top one there is boot latch, and then I believe this one is just for the switch on the back, and then both of them have been grounded just there. So the only thing left is I'm going to show you where you put the CAN bus adapter, so that when you turn the steering wheel as well, you'll get all the lines and everything like that as well, so that will all be functional. And now I can also show you that the boot latch is also fully operational as normal, so you've got a fully functioning boot with the added bonus of the reverse camera, which pops out just from there. I'm going to flip it now and then I'll show you guys. So yeah, key in the ignition. I'll just start it up anyway. Foot on the brake. I'll move. Let's just move it up here, and then there we go. As you can see, now it says no CAN. Obviously that means no CAN bus. It is still in reverse, and there we go. Beautiful reverse camera. Reverse light is activated. The switch. Still need to switch the Velo out, but that's cool. But yeah, now I'm going to show you the CAN bus, and then we'll run the wiring underneath. Switch it back into park. Camera stays there for a couple seconds. Then it should flip away. I think it's usually like 10 seconds or so. There you go. Amazing. And then again, come over, fully functioning boot latch. So yeah, that is amazing. That's one of the things I wanted done, and that is completed, checked off the list. Okay, so the last step of this install is obviously the CAN bus. On the cable you can see that it says CAN bus positive, and on the other side CAN bus negative. Just try and focus on that. But yeah, as you can see, CAN negative, CAN positive. Now it's not on the CAN bus adapter that you fitted to stop the battery drain for this. It's the one at the back, so you need your original wiring loom, and then it is these two really thin cables. You've got the top and the bottom. It's the orange and purple, and then also orange and brown. They're the two cables that you need to make sure that your CAN bus, steering lines and everything are working. So I'm going to install the plug now and then show you which one's positive and which one's negative. So there you go. This is how you want it sitting, as you can see. So I believe positive is front and negative is rear. Just try and zoom in a bit more. Just like that. So that's how you want it on the connector. The purple and orange goes on the front, and the orange and the brown goes at the back. And then you can press that down, and then hopefully I'm going to see if the steering sensor thing works, and then we should be good to button this whole thing up. Right, so now that is pushed in. It's got 2 screws in there only, and then I've done that. I didn't even notice that's broken. That piece is meant to be attached to the back of that, but I've got another one, so that's fine. We'll switch it out, no issues. But as you can see, I've tidied up all the wiring, going all the way back, even underneath. I've put the little cover back on. Now it will be reinstalling this piece and this one. This, I've been looking for the surround that goes around this piece for probably 2 months, and I couldn't find it. I don't know where it's gone. Like, this Mark 5's been broken for over a year and a half now. The Pirelli, I think the same, and I didn't even check. But yeah, the Pirelli's headliner, the 5-door one, but without the sunroof, it still had this piece on there. So finally I can get this one back on. Literally just swing it the other way around. Both those go in there. I want to keep the Alcantara on the inside. Nicely done. Same on the other side. And boom. Finally. Now I can put these 2 screws back in the top there. Reattach the sun visor, like, storage compartment. And look at that as well. I found the bolts that we were struggling to put back in. Oh, this is what I mean, man. It's just such a mess. Like, breaking cars and stuff like that, and then having to try and find the bolts and stuff after when you're like super busy. It's enjoyable, but at the same time it's very, very stressful as well. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. But at least we have finally found it. I'm going to get these 2 in, and then hopefully I can start bottoming all of this back up, and we can have finally a completed interior. So yeah, let me just get back to this and then I'll be back. But yeah, now that we've got this buttoned up, I know the trim is quite scratched. I do want to get all of this replaced. I'm gonna see brand new, if that even exists still. I'm gonna try and get brand new, or like a super clean one, because that's what this car deserves. But yeah, everything else, all the lights, they'll be changed out for LEDs, don't you worry. I hate the yellow. But now it's finally time to see, does the actual CAN bus lines work now that it's all been done. So no. Why has it done that then? I'll wait for the camera to flip down again. Okay, not working. That's a shame.